Greetings, salutations. Welcome to this prophetic insights where we analyze current events as they are fulfilling Bible prophecies, prophetic insights. So much to cover. And friends, as a result, I have to encapsulate the points under this presentation. Well, stay tuned. Safe to Serve International, first-time viewers, welcome one, welcome all to this prophetic insights. All right, friends, let's get right into it. How many of you awoke this morning and realized that there was a power outage? Did anyone experience a power outage this morning in your area? If so, type in the words power outage in your area. Power outage was also in my area this morning. And friends, here's what I simply want to say to you. It's time for us to pray, to plan, prepare an alternative electric system so we can have electricity, alternative power system so we can have electricity, power. Because friends, right now, the powers that be, the merchants of the earth, Popri and her allies, the masters of the universe, they're planning for a global shutdown, interrupting the power grid, not only in America, but globally. And friends, at that very time, imagine what would happen to commerce, financing, banks, what would happen to travel by ship, airplane, automobile, motorcycle, trains, subways. What would happen? Everything that we now depend on would come to a grinding halt. And then they can stipulate what conditions people are to meet, what requirements they are to fulfill in order to have a restart, in order for us to re-enter society. Friends, it's time again to get ready, remain ready, and get others ready before it is too late. All right, friends, with that in mind, let's take a look at this. They're planning this. Watch carefully. It's no surprise. They are planning this, my friends. Do you remember this video? Take a listen one more time.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
And ever since that statement was made, what have we seen since? Look at the screen, friends. We have seen a ransom cyber attack on the U.S. colonial pipeline. What else have we seen since? Take a look at this, friends. Cyber attack on the world's largest meat supplier. This is what we have seen, encountered since that statement was made. Look at the screen, friends. Headline, June 3rd, 2021. Ransomware attacks escalating. White House warns all U.S. businesses. And what is the last phrase? No company is safe. No company is safe. All right, friends. With that in mind, look at this article here. June 6th, 2021, the Washington Post. Headline reads, ransomware attacks are closing schools, delaying chemotherapy, and derailing everyday life. Look at that bottom paragraph, the words underlined. It says the impact of these ransomware attacks is increasingly, unavoidably real for everyday people. Friends, schools are being shut down as a result. Chemotherapy What institution generally dispense chemotherapy? The medical institutions, hospitals. Don't forget that hospitals. Did Mr. Schwab mention that in his video? Maybe you missed it. Take a look at this one more time. Listen.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society.
There it is, friends. Hospital services. Remember, this statement was made several months ago, a year ago, and now we are seeing taking place exactly what was stated. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that this is a dress rehearsal of a greater climatic crisis in the near future? Is this a dress rehearsal? A trial run? How is it what they have stated is now transpiring right now? Imagine this, my friends. The ransomware attacks closing schools, delaying chemotherapy. Now, who need chemotherapy according to the healthcare system? People dying of cancer, primarily, but cancer. So what would happen to those patients if such a crisis should be perpetuated over a long period of time? Would they die? Would scores of people die? That's the great question. Would scores of people die? Maybe hundreds die. Could you imagine? Can you imagine what a great trepidation this nation would be in, not only in America, but globally? I'm going to transition, friends. Remember now, he stated, World Economic Forum, that there's coming a great cyber attack, not only in America, but globally. Now watch carefully. And various lessons were stated. Watch this carefully, friends. You tell me if this is a dress rehearsal. Top sentence, red words, the end result of such a global cyber attack would leave, watch carefully, it says millions of devices would be taken offline in a matter of days. Friends, please, I'm simply repeating because I'm driving home a point, putting a nail in a sure place. Again, millions of devices would be taken offline in a matter of days. All right, skip on down to the blue word. The whole world could experience cyber lockdown. Did that happen today? Did that take place a few hours ago? Watch carefully. The whole world could experience cyber lockdown until a digital vaccine was developed. Watch the next sentence. All business communication, all data transfers would be blocked. Social contact would be blocked, hindered. Did that take place today is the question. How many of you were aware this morning that there was a massive internet lockdown globally, not only in America, a massive internet shutdown? No online shopping took place this morning for several hours. Were you aware of this, my friends? Who was aware of this? If you were, type in the words aware. If you were aware, okay, Joshua, you saw the news clip. Friends, where are we heading? Where are we heading? Worldwide. Look at this, my friends. Watch carefully. Watch carefully, friends. Notice, June 8th, 2021. CNN Business News headline reads, massive internet outage. There it is, friends. Massive internet outage. What happened? Let me read on. Websites, and apps around the world go dark. Wait a minute. Website and apps around the world, is not that the very words that Mr. Klaus stated? millions of devices would be taken offline in a matter of days. The whole world could experience cyber lockdown. All business communication and data transfers would be blocked. That's exactly what he stated. The World Economic Forum. Look at the headline one more time. Websites and apps around the world could go dark. Look at this video from HBO. Watch carefully.
You watch a lot of this happening online, and the trend line of attacks, I imagine, goes like this. And is that trend line increasing up? Is it slowing? Would it ever go down?
It's as simple as if you can be hacked, you are hacked. I mean, that's how bad it's getting. So
Clip number 2.
Citizens.
Do you think the next escalation in this will enter the physical space? Where an average citizen is like, this light bulb just went off, or this TV broke?
The next...
Clip number 3, listen.
Bulb just went off, or this TV broke.
The next conflict where the gloves come off in cyber, the American citizen will be dragged into it, whether they want to be or not, period. Whatever it happens to be. Apps won't work. Appliances may not work.
There it is.
People don't even know all the things they depend on.
Friends,
The idea that...
Did you hear it, friends? Apps won't work. Again, listen.
Come off in cyber, the American citizen will be dragged into it, whether they want to be or not, period. Whatever it happens to be. Apps won't work. Appliances may not work. People don't even know all the things they depend on.
The idea that...
That's it, my friends. Again, is this a dress rehearsal for the internet apocalypse? Is this a dress rehearsal? I'm telling you, friends, the very statements that were prophesied, may I say predicted, was it really a prediction? Or were they telling us what they were planning to do? Notice, friends, apps around the world go dark, says the headline. What about banking? Will they be able to leave us without a penny? That's exactly what that says. And we won't be able to buy or sell. My friends, this morning, huge headline, startling headline, alarming headline. It says, the day the internet broke. Look at the screen. Yes, friends, notice this is on Mail Online. Headline says, the day the internet broke. What happened? CNN, New York Times, Amazon? What do people do on Amazon, everybody? Those of you who are live, what do people do on Amazon? Amazon, Spotify, what do people do on Spotify? Netflix, what do people do on Netflix? And the White House are among hundreds of websites to go down, not only in America, but worldwide. After Outage, a U.S. cloud service company called Fastly. My friends, the day the internet broke, I want to use a parody, apply a parody on that statement, the day the internet broke. And I want to say, my friends, the day online shopping ceased. Put that statement down. The day online shopping ceased. So now, are they showing us that they're able to stymie, to hinder people from shopping in local businesses? Of course, bring the pestilences, lock down cities. But some people had a way out. If we cannot shop at the local stores, we can always go on the internet and shop. Can they now shut that down too? All right, friends. The day online shopping ceased and the internet broke, where are these things tending? Revelation chapter 13, verse 15 through verse 17. Once they shut down things, shut down the system, the global system, then they will say, you know what? Let us now put in place various requirements, various conditions, and only those who meet these conditions and requirements will be allowed to plug back in. Only those who go along with these policies will be able to re-enter society. Are you seeing this, my friends? Only those who go along with the agenda will be able to buy and sell. Watch this, friends. Let's read some more on this article here. June 8, 2021, headline, "The Day the Internet Broke." It says, skip on down, hundreds of websites around the world went down this morning, including, there they are, CNN, New York Times, Amazon, Shopify, PayPal, Reddit. You mean PayPal? What do people do on PayPal? What do people do on PayPal? All right, Reddit. All right, the White House and British government, after a service configuration at their server provider called Fastly, triggered mass worldwide outages. Let's read on very quickly. Don't want to extend this too much. It says, blue words, "It's unclear what the configuration was or whether or not the company Fastly intended for it to happen, but it took 3 hours for it to be resolved." How do you think 3 hours felt? For Amazon sellers and Amazon shoppers, how long do you think 3 hours felt like? Those of you alive, how long do you think that felt like? 3 hours. When people can't buy or sell. Imagine that. Those who are selling and those who are purchasing. Oh yes, those of you who are chiming in, like eternity, like forever, exactly. If they can do this for 3 hours, could they do it for 3 days? 3 months? 3 years? Are you seeing what I'm saying here, friends? And then give us the digital vaccine? What would that digital vaccine be? Remember, I read that earlier. What would that be? What would that be? Well, it would be requirements. It's right there, red words underlined. It would be requirements in order for people to be able to buy and sell. What would that digital inoculation be?
Citizen.
Where is it tending? Would it be Sunday rest by law? That's the great question. Friends, let's move on here. Notice what it goes on to say here. All right. It says, people were unable to book pestilence 19 inoculations. Think about that. And arrange passport renewals. What do people do with passports? What do they do with passports? Now, to travel. Now they can shut down the whole internet and you cannot travel. You mean hindering traveling? Come on, friends, wake up. It says some news sites were also unable to publish. The Verge, another news site, started publishing on a live Google Doc instead. Why? The internet broke. Read on. But they forgot to restrict editing. And what do you think happened? Let's read on. Random internet users started posting on the document. Imagine what people were posting on that document. Let's move on, friends. There it is, Fastly, on its page. Look at the various countries that were affected negatively by the internet lockdown. It's right there. Look at the words underlined red. This incident affected Asia and the Pacific. Dubai was affected. Hong Kong, Sydney, Tokyo, Singapore, South America, Brazil, Colombia. Look at that, my friends. Let's move on. North America was also impacted. Atlanta. Look at these are also airports. What do people do when they go to airports? Airports are for traveling. Look at that, friends. How huge, how important is the Atlanta airport? Friends, the Atlanta airport is one of, if not the largest hub. Atlanta, Georgia airport. Notice here, friends, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Jacksonville, Kansas City Airport, Los Angeles, Miami Airport, Minneapolis, Montreal, Newark, New Jersey, Seattle, Toronto, South Africa, Cape Town, New Delhi, Amsterdam, London, Paris. Lockdown. Think about that, friends. Lockdown. Many individuals began to say, the day the internet broke. Don't forget this day. This day should remind us of a dress rehearsal for the coming internet apocalypse, when people will not be able to buy or sell except they receive Sunday worship, when it becomes the law of the land, and renounce God's seventh day Sabbath. Someone posted, due to what happened this morning, look at the words circled in red, left off your screen. This is Internet Apocalypse, 11 a.m. this morning, June 8th, 2021. Internet Apocalypse. What is the purpose of a dress rehearsal? Come on, friends. What is the purpose of a dress rehearsal? You are preparing for a drama. You are preparing for a play. And what is the final act in the drama, my friends? Those of you alive, what is the final act in the drama? I'll give you the quotation. Volume 7, page 141. It's a pilot before the real. Beta testing. Test run. It is a Sunday law crisis, brothers and sisters. Can't buy or sell? Look at this now. I wonder, why would so many hospitals, airports, news media, CNN, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, why would all of these, Amazon, Shopify, Spotify, what else was out there that we called? You know them. Why would all of these agencies, organizations, institutions be connected to one platform? Why? That's the great question. Why would all of these important, significant agencies be connected, converged into one cloud system called Fastly? Why? That's the great question, friends. Have you ever heard of monopoly? What does monopoly mean? And please don't tell me, those of you who are live, Monopoly board game. Well, you can learn something from the Monopoly board game. But friends, yes, buy up all these agencies, internet platforms, and then offer services that are great, quote unquote great. So all these companies, Amazon, Whole Foods, Shopify, Spotify, CNN, Fox News, bring all of them, airports, hospitals, rental cars agencies, bring them on one platform. Then we can simply flick the switch, and what happens? We shut everything down and we have control. Those of you who are alive, what is the name of the game? What is the name of the game? I see it right there. Control. Look at the screen, my friends. The same article. It says Fastly, that's the company. Fastly is a CDN. Now, let me explain what all of this means. CDN, Content Distribution Network, which services businesses by letting them use its global network of servers for their own websites. The CDN increases internet loading speeds. You want fast speeds? Come over here. And it also offers cheaper bandwidth. You want to pay less? Come to Fastly. But it's all run on one network. One network. Red words. If that network is compromised, like it was this morning, it can prevent those companies from operating on the net at all, on the internet. Last sentence. Cybersecurity experts are already saying that a hack cyber attack cannot be ruled out. Look at the statement now, volume 9 and page 11. Monopoly, anybody? Monopoly? We are living in the time of the end. The Spirit of God is gradually but surely being withdrawn from the earth. Are plagues here? Yes. Red words, the calamities by land and by sea, the unsettled state of society, the alarms of war. I want to ask you a question. Was there unsettlement? Was society globally unsettled this morning? For those 3-4 hours when the internet broke and online shopping ceased and travel ceased? Was the world unsettled? Yes. Was there an alarm of war? What war? Cyber attack is war. Read on. Blue words in the middle. The agencies of evil are combining their forces. What does that mean to combine forces and consolidate? Do you see it, friends? Fastly is a system that has consolidated all these agencies. Watch. The agencies of evil are combining their forces and consolidating. They are strengthening for what, friends? The last great crisis. Let's read on. Great changes are soon to take place in our world, and the final movements will be what, everybody? Rapid ones. And what's the name of the company? What is the name of the company? Fastly. Is the word fastly synonymous to that last phrase? That final movements will be rapid ones. Oh, friends, do you see it? Do you see it? Now, notice what the White House Secretary of Commerce, what does commerce mean? What would commerce imply? Financing, finances, buying and selling, banking, trading. Look at the headline. Commerce Secretary in America, Raimondo, stated cyber attacks are here to stay. And then she said, don't think it's going to slow down. It's going to intensify. Listen to this, my friends.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Let's start with these cyber attacks. 8 attacks every day in the United States right now. They're targeting food. They're targeting gas. They're targeting television, our water supply.
What? What are they targeting? Friends, again, I'm pleading. I wish this was midday power surge and I could go into some deeper spiritual lessons. It's prophetic insights. Can't go too deep on those points right now. But friends, can you not see? It's time for a practical work of preparation. Having alternative sources, or else you'll be government dependent. And when they flick that switch and shut things down and lay out their draconian requirements, you are going to be forced to give up truth, liberty of conscience in order to survive. One more time.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Let's start with these cyber attacks. 8 attacks every day in the United States right now. They're targeting food. They're targeting gas. They're targeting television, our water supply. Does the government have to do more to force businesses to protect themselves and their customers?
Clip number 2. It continues. Listen.
So I think the first thing we have to recognize is this is the reality, and we should assume, and businesses should assume, that these attacks are here to stay, and if anything, will intensify. And
these attacks are here to stay, and if anything, they will intensify. What quotation comes to your mind? What quotation comes to your mind? I'll give it to you. Great Controversy, page 589, just the last phrase. These visitations are to become more and more frequent and disastrous. And what will be the end goal? What is the trajectory? Sunday worship by law. How will they do it, my friends? Let us not conjecture. How will they do it? Shut things down. Tell us again.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt.
Enough. You get the point. Shut things down. World Economic Forum. Are they in the business promoting shutdowns and lockdowns right there? World Economic Forum. This is how they are going to do it. Oh, my friends, if you thought that Pestilence 19 was the end, and oh, it's a bed of roses from this point forward, 2021, 2022, you're making a sad mistake, friends. You are self-deceived. Things are going to get worse. As I said before, they have loosened the proverbial noose from around the necks of the global population. You watch what will take place autumn and winter in the upcoming years. They will lock this thing down again and create more draconian policies until Sunday worship is enforced as a law of the land. And then will come the great reset. And from reset to restart. To re-enter society, you have to go along with these policies. That's the point. And remember, the very ones who claim to be benefactors, to take care of the population, are the same ones who are bringing the calamities, the disease, the disaster to destroy mankind. What is the end result? Sunday worship by law. Prophetic insights. And what are we told, my friends, in Prophets and Kings? Page 184. My friends, human laws will be made so stringent that men and women will not dare observe the seventh-day Sabbath. Listen to this, friends. For fear of wanting food and clothing, they will join with the world in transgressing God's laws. Oh, I could simply shop online, escape the draconian policies due to Pestilence 19. Are you seeing what they can do on the internet, friends? It's coming. Even though this is prophetic insight, I want to leave you with a scripture. On top of the others I have referenced, look at Deuteronomy chapter 8, a potent scripture, my friends. Deuteronomy chapter 8, and this is going to prepare us to see our personal need to be a part of this coming Sunday, June 13th, 2021, all-night prayer meeting. All day prayer and fasting. Deuteronomy. Friends, we cannot just talk about the last days. We must talk about how to be prepared practically and spiritually. We're told in chapter 8 and verse number 2, Jesus says, "And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years. In the wilderness, _wilderness, that's where we're heading, literally and spiritually, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no." So we are going to be placed in a wilderness to see what is in our hearts. Because many of us don't know our hearts. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, and who can know it? Crises reveal character. Verse 3, what will God allow? Verse 3, "And he humbled thee and allowed thee to hunger." What? God is going to allow the shutdown, the lockdown, the day the internet broke, the day online shopping ceased, the day shopping at local stores ceased, because God's people refuse to abjure his commandments, present truth, the seventh-day Sabbath, and hold to Sunday worship. He will allow this crisis. But listen, be encouraged. Next phrase, "while he will suffer you to hunger." Next phrase, "he will feed you with manna." So where's the food coming from? It's going to be a supernatural provision. This time period is for the great time of trouble. Yes, friends. And even for the small time of trouble, where we must grow our own food on our property and store up. How long is it going to take? We don't know. It's more of the intensity that we must focus on than the duration. And here is the good news. God is going to take what we have and multiply it, stretch it, just as he did for Elijah and the woman, the widow, with her one son in 1 Kings 17. Is that encouraging? If that is encouraging, type in the words hope, type in the words encouragement. It says, watch carefully, fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that God might make you know, Andrew, that God might make you know, safe to serve local and safe to serve international first-time viewers, that God might make you know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. Does that not bring us back to Christ's temptation? What was Christ doing in order to meet the three great temptations of Satan? What was he found doing? Fasting and praying. So what must we be found doing? Fasting and praying. Please, friends, say, dear God, help me to be a part of the June 13th, 2021 all-night prayer meeting, all day fasting and prayer. Look at verse 4 of Deuteronomy chapter 8. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Look at the screen again, friends. Human laws will be made so stringent that men and women would not dare observe the seventh-day Sabbath for fear of wanting food and clothing. That's it. Many would join in transgressing God's law, join the world. But Deuteronomy chapter 8 is the key scripture, friends. Yes, friends, your raiment, that's a miracle. Your foot will not swell. That's a miracle. We have to be on foot in the short months ahead of us. Am I prepared? Are you prepared? Do I see my need? Do you see your need? All right, friends. Do you know what song Sister Henriquez said this is the song? The song is, in times like these, we need a Savior. In times like these, we need an anchor. Do I have that anchor? Do you have that anchor to meet the crises today and the crisis tomorrow? Are we prepared? Do we see our need? Send in your prayer request. I know it's prophetic insights. I'm blurring the lines. Take a listen, friends.
In times like these, you need a Savior. In times like these, you need an anchor. Be very sure, be very sure, be very sure, be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. This rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. This rock is Jesus, the only one. Be very sure, be very sure, be very sure, be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. In times like these, you need the Bible. In times like these, so be not idle. Be very sure, be very sure, be very sure, be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. This rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. This rock is Jesus.